ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for CPS Boxing News Inc. to always support, women's boxing. And today we had from Baltimore, Maryland, Destiny Day-Owens. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak with you. How's everything?
Everything's going good with me. I appreciate you for having me.
Hey, my pleasure. I mean, I like to support women's boxing. I always tell this from the amateurs going to the pros. It doesn't matter for me. I'm always pleased to support you, ladies, because eventually I seen how hard you work. I mean, I never been in your camp. I've been there in Maryland. Stop by to visit. I want to say a big shout out to Jerry Hurd because I know his upcoming fight is soon and nothing, just like I said, I've been through so many different places, but let's go with you. How you feeling? I mean, being a professional boxer and putting two gloves and everything. I mean, with all due respect to you, probably you could have choose different career, but what makes you to become a professional boxer? Tell us your story.
It's a dream come true, honestly. Like, my first goal in this whole thing was to turn pro. Like, so I've already done it. I came a long way, even in the amateurs. Like, people just looked at me when I first started and was telling me not to do it. And was just saying I'm gonna get hurt, or the negative people were definitely saying like, oh, as soon as you start, you're just gonna get knocked out. And even the trainers, though, when I first walked in the first gym, not the first gym I walked into, I was at UMA, like just hanging out. That's one of the gyms in our city. But the first gym that I tried to sign up with, they told me to save my money. Like, just don't even try. So I was like, wow. And they were saying that I wouldn't make it through the drills. And I don't know. It was crazy. I already had kids, too, at the time when I started. So, because I started late. Wow. So I guess maybe people looking at that.
Hey, but I mean, from my behalf, I want to say this. I don't bite my tongue to say it. Congrats. I mean, I take off my hat from my head because I always said it. You ladies, I mean, it's amazing how hard you perform and everything. How good, I mean, how good you great always bring a performance, but we don't see the behind the scenes. We don't see things that you just mentioned. I mean, you are a mom and probably you have many things to do, running around errands, going from one to another. Tell us, how does it work for you? I mean, being a mom and of course, doing all these duties in order to go back to the gym and of course, train and one day, go and have a fight. Tell us, how does it work for you?
It's crazy. You just have to balance. If you really know what you want to do, you're gonna make it work. Like, you just have to. I was in a position when I first started, like, I had an apartment and a fiance and like, pretty much I had 2 jobs and everything. So it was just crazy. Everybody was just saying like, what are you trying to do with yourself? Like, it's gonna be a waste of your time. But I just made a way. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, my mom was there through this whole thing and knows what really happened. Cause I had lost my dad right when I started boxing, like when I first jumped into it. But he saw the passion that I had for it. And he was like, I think you could be a star with that. I think you can take that all the way. So don't give up. And he was a huge part of my support system. But he passed away, and that just fueled me. That just set me on fire, ignited me. I'm like, well, I got to do this. I take his picture to all of my fights and everything. I put his picture on one of my main trunks when I was in the amateurs. Used to fight with him right there on my trunks. And that's what I feel like that's why I won all of my fights. I didn't lose any of them, really. I got robbed in my first amateur fight, but I didn't lose any of my fights. But the way that I balance it is that just, you gotta have, it's like a village. You gotta have a village. I have a husband, my mom, sisters, people like that. Like, I don't trust a lot of people with my kids, though. So it's like, it's hard for me to go out and move and go to certain events, fights. Like, I wanted to go to the tank fight that was here in D.C.
Sure.
But I know that I just came back from my fight maybe 2 weeks before that, so I didn't want to like do too much. So as long as I had time to get to my stuff and everything else would just fall in place. And I'm a business owner too. Like, it's hard when you have a 9 to 5 and you absolutely have to be there at this time, and you have a fight coming up, you have a camp. I trained 2 times a day, so it was really hard. I was doing security, warehouse work for a lot of my amateur career. It was hard to do that. So invested, saved, and now I make my own schedule.
Wow, what a, I mean, amazing thing. First thing first, I mean, I'm sorry to hear, the story of your dad. I'm pretty sure if he would be alive, I mean, he would feel so proud. And I'm pretty sure, somewhere in heaven, he's still watching you. And of course, you take the, his, what can I say, his memory in every fight, and it's like I would say like this. Maybe you can correct me. It's like inspiration and motivation for you to come and at the ring and fight and win, and bringing this victory to you. That isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Great.
And I appreciate that.
No, I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah.
may God give you the strength and fortress every time that probably memories come from you, that, because I'm pretty sure you miss him, but at the same time you said, I'm gonna make you proud. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna push myself forward. I'm gonna train hard,
Yeah.
twice a day, 3 times a day, and I bet you that's motivation for you. So you are a big
Absolutely.
inspiration for many athletes and many out there, many young athletes that they're coming behind. What can I say? I mean, amazing. I got goosebumps right now that I'm speaking with you. Oh my God. No, I mean, what can I say, Destiny? Every time that I hear, a story from a boxer, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like I hear sometimes, sad stories, and it's like I feel something in my throat, and I can't even, say no words
I
no more,
understand.
and right now something like that happened to me, right now, just listening your story. But I'm pretty sure, like I say, it's an inspiration for others, for other female athletes, and not only for female athletes, including for myself, for anyone out there, that it might say, you hear people saying, "Oh, don't do boxing because probably you're not gonna win," or things like that. But I bet you that
Yeah.
that energy, that it was negative, it inspire you and motivate you to become the way you are right now. So congrats, I mean, Destiny, because I'm pretty sure, you definitely gonna have more, to bring us, for the fight fans, for everyone, all the fans, all the family that, basically are in your corner. Talking about boxing, what do you think about women's boxing? I mean, from this era, I bet you that, you are pretty much fan of, Clarissa Shields. I'm a big fan of Clarissa Shields. I've been, I'm not gonna say I went to the UK, but I really watched, her fight. But I was there in New Jersey, Atlantic City, New Jersey, when she fought Christina Hammer, and I always said it. I didn't say it yet to Clarissa Shields, but I would love to interview her if I had the chance. Like, if she would prefer a big venue, because that fight, it was for all the titles, and to me it was amazing. And the sad part is that I really didn't see so much support of women's boxing, and I raised my hand because I said I like to support women, since I seen, Amanda Serrano and other athletes. I like to support so much women's boxing. It's not that I want just to pursue something else. No, it's because I see how hard you ladies work for this, for your dream, and I'm here for all of you ladies. I mean, I like to say that, I do support so much, boxing. Not long ago, let me jump in with this story. Not long ago, I interviewed an amateur professional. I mean, an amateur boxer, and she said, "Why are you interested on me?" And then I said, "You know what? You never know. Maybe one day you're gonna become turn as a pro, and later on you're gonna, become a world champion." And guess what? I'm gonna have the first interview. So to me, it's goal for me. And second thing, maybe one day I'm not gonna be here anymore, and those videos, those, interviews, they're gonna live forever. So
Yeah, they're gonna
people
live on.
people
Yeah.
are gonna, continue and look for you interviews. And you're not gonna believe, she almost cried. She was about to cry because she says, "I never thought you're gonna be interesting." I said, "Listen, I'm not trying to, I mean, I've been doing interviews. I got Canelo, Triple G, all these, big guys." I said, "So for me, it's a pleasure to go back to amateur boxing, because if no one knows and no one appreciate, the sport of boxing, maybe I don't know what they want, but I like to support, from the beginning amateurs, because that's, to me, those are real stories where inspire things and motivate, other people. But I like to ask you, what do you think about women's boxing? I mean, from this era, so many, names that I can't even stop. If I continue, Clarissa Shields, Katie Taylor, Amanda
Yeah.
Serrano, Cecilia Brækhus, Jessica McCaskill. Oh my God, so many names. Tell me about, what do you think about women's boxing from this era?
Well, I love this era of it. I remember when I first got started. Not even when I first got started. When I first learned that women box professionally, um, women weren't even allowed in the Olympics yet, and I think couldn't go to the nationals for the Golden Gloves or something like that. And it was just real. It was crazy back then. But I wasn't even boxing yet, but I was getting interested in the sport as a whole. So I found out about the women. I started watching Ann Wolf and people like that. That's my favorite female of all time. But when I really started getting started and Shields started coming up and like really making noise, I was really definitely paying attention to her. I'm like, oh, okay, she's gonna be like the pioneer for our generation. And she did just that. She started headlining, breaking records, and all this different stuff when she turned pro. Her pro debut was against Franchon Cruz, Cruz Dezern, which she's from here, and that was like a historic fight in itself. But who does that? Turning pro and two people debuting against each other on that level, that was amazing. You don't usually get that for the males. So I was like, yeah, I support anything she's doing in the sport. She went over to MMA and stuff. She even probably brought back some new fans from over there to boxing for us. And so she's doing her thing. And as a whole, everybody, Serrano, Brækhus. I was looking at Brækhus for a long time because she almost broke that record. But she's doing her thing for a long time. Who else? Taylor's been really making a lot of noise over in the UK and here too. And just everybody that's up at the top, because it's going to make it much more easy for the next generation. The next generation, I have even daughters that train now, so they'll be coming up through the amateurs, coming behind me and coming behind us and stuff. Like, I'm trying to be a part of it now, but I'm just getting back active. So in a few years, obviously, I'm gonna make my own stuff. But all these women that's on the front line right now, shout out to them.
Hey, what can I say? I mean, a lot of stories from different, fighters you just mentioned. I mean, Franchon Cruz, amazing fighter. I mean, I see how she fights, and she comes pretty strong, like a bull. She don't stop, and she's coming forward, and that's a lot of pressure that I can see from her. She's not. I always tell people, she's a champion for a reason, and she deserves, to be right now who she is, and what an amazing things. I mean, Clarissa Shields, another of my favorite fighter. I mean, she's tough. I seen her in person, how she fights and everything, and whoa, that's power right there when she delivers. I mean, I'm not saying that the other girls or the other athletes or champions don't have power, but she's incredible to me. I mean, what can I
Yeah, she
say?
throwing fits.
It's amazing, Destiny, how boxing is now moving forward. I mean, basically last year it was Serrano against Taylor. This year it was Serrano against Cruz. And there's so many names out there, and of course we're gonna have again and the second fight, Taylor and Serrano. That I think that's gonna be in Ireland. So amazing
That's
card.
gonna be huge.
And what can I say? I mean, now all of you ladies have proved, and show to every fight fan over here around the world, worldwide, that you can perform, as a main event. I mean, to me, it's great to hear, and
Exactly.
to see every female, now it's in a big car, and I told someone this, with all due respect to Canelo, I said, now when they choose to fight, let's say in the weight division, that Amanda Serrano, everyone wants to fight Amanda Serrano for a reason. It's like I feel like they picking up, Amanda, because they feel like I'm gonna fight a big name. I'm also, I'm gonna have, my purse. I don't know how much they gain. That's not really. I mean, it's not my part to find out, how much they get. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna have, they're gonna be fair when it comes to split money, or whoever has more money and less money. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna be pleased and satisfied as well. Destiny, so
Hopefully.
it's great to hear, your story, women's boxing as well. Talking about, great fights and everything. Now let's jump to, to one person that I seen how he trains as well. I mean, I seen the power that he delivers, and I'm not saying from the other side he don't have power. He got speed and power, two things. So today I don't know how they're gonna train. I don't know how they're gonna prepare. We've been talking for this one. We are talking about Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. How you picture this fight? I mean, Gervonta, it's amazing fighter. He's very composed. He waits until, I guess he knows what he's gonna throw the punches and capitalize and
Mm.
gets done. His job. From the other side, Ryan Garcia. He's another fighter that he's pretty much fast and everything. And once he delivers, his punch, a knockout. So how do you picture this fight that eventually everyone there were waiting and finally it's gonna be here soon?
Well, I'm from Baltimore, so I'm rolling with Tank all day. Um, but they both have a different elements that they can bring to the fight, I guess. So uh, it's gonna be exciting. That's all I can really say about it. It's gonna be exciting. Ryan, he got that hook. I don't know if he's gonna be able to land it though, because Tank got a lot of skills. People don't give him credit for. They say that he's just power or something like that, but he can box. I say people say he can't box, but that's crazy. Like um, Tank been known for his skills like long before all these highlight reel knockouts happened. Because when he was an amateur, the whole city like he had pictures up in the mall and stuff like that. Everybody would come out to his amateur shows, and when he would travel, like he had skills. Like everybody's been bringing skills from here for a long time. It wasn't just about the knockouts. But
I
so
I agree with
Ryan, he's been moving around.
I
Yeah,
ag-
like I don't know. It's gonna be a crazy fight. It's gonna be. I think I would like to see it be a war. I don't want to see them just come out there and somebody get laid out in one round. Cause I mean, let's get some entertainment. But I think that Tank should win fairly comfortably.
wow, that's gonna be, incredible fight because I know both men they're coming to, to win. I am pretty sure no one wants to lose, but when it comes to Tank,
Yeah,
I can see that he's gonna be very patient. What's his
yeah.
plan? I don't know. And from the other side, from Ryan Garcia, what's the plan to apply against Gervonta? We don't know neither. That's why I always tell people, we gotta actually, stay tuned and check this fight, support, both fighters because at the end of the day, it's a fight. If I'm not mistaken, I saw a clip video from Gervonta Davis and Raleigh. They came and they shake hands and everything.
Yeah, I saw
It's a
that.
gentleman's sport. Whatever sometimes they say, things back and forth, back and forth. At the end of the day, they are athletes. You are an athlete, and I think all of you carry yourself the way it's supposed to be because I'm pretty sure you are an image, and Ryan and Gervonta, all of you guys are image, for the next generation behind. And I'm pretty sure you want to be a role model for everyone. And what can I say? I mean, it's amazing how we see these incredible fights. And I always tell people, the best man may win. I always said, from my behalf, I want both, men to come out safety from the ring, including yourself,
Mm.
anytime that you step into the ring, because I know it's not a joke, to be there. It's a dangerous sport. It's also, it's an entertainment, sport as well. But let's not forget that life is there, for, from both parties. So I always encourage to everyone, to support, all fighters, amateurs, pros. It doesn't matter. Destiny. I know, we had things to do in daily life and everything. One thing that I'm gonna, finish with wrapping up this interview. Tell me something about what do you see, or how do you see, the Canelo era right now? I mean, so many names out there that eventually they want to fight Canelo. They want to say, I want to fight Canelo and probably bring a loss on careers Canelo, but it seems that right now a few men only does that, and it was Mr. Floyd Mayweather, and later on Dimitri Bivol and everything like that. How do you see now Canelo's era right now that every fighter wants to fight, including Jerry
This is
Hurt?
crazy.
One time he told me,
Well, that's good. That's good. Um, you said Jerry Hurd wanted to fight him?
"Yep." I remember when Jerry
Uh,
Hurt says to me, he want to fight Canelo. I mean, right now I think he's moving up to 160 pounds. I think, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah. I think he's training with Andrew Council now. He's gonna be at the fight that I'm on my way to this week. I'll be at the Brandon Figueroa fight. He's on the undercard or co-main event, one of them.
wow.
But what is it? Cause everybody wants to fight Canelo because they want to check. That's the bottom line. Canelo is the cash cow right now. So that makes sense, but you can't. Everybody just can't sit around. He's one man. Everybody can't just sit around and wait for him. They should fight each other and put themselves in better positions and keep collecting as much money as they can until they get to him. Because look at Charlo and Andrade and people like that. They never got to fight, but there's other good fights out there for them in the process while they're waiting. So I mean, Canelo is the guy. He's gonna fight who he wants when he wants right now. So. You never know when those fights are going to happen, but that's why they want to fight him, because he's going to bring in the best payday that they've ever had, probably. That goes for everybody right now, I think.
I agree with you. Hopefully, this fight happens in the future. I mean, I don't know for how long Canelo will stay, fighting, because I'm pretty sure, one day he's gonna retire, as many other, great fighters. So we don't know, but hopefully we get to see Charlo against Canelo, or Andrade against Canelo, or I don't know who could be, the next one. Maybe Benavides as well, because he's been, calling Canelo.
Yeah, sure.
But first thing first, Benavides has in front of him, Caleb Plant, and Caleb Plant is not a joke. So
Gotta get through Caleb.
that's gonna be.
I don't know who's gonna win that fight. I like Caleb, but Benavidez is a monster, though, so I don't know how that fight's going to play out, but it's no walk in the park. There's no guarantee, so I don't think he should look past him.
That's gonna be tough. I mean, I will stay tuned, to check that fight, because after that, I'm pretty sure, many things will come around. It doesn't matter, if it is Caleb Plant or Mr. Benavides, because I think the WBC has mandate to fight Canelo, whoever wins this fight. So we don't know what's gonna happen, but let's encourage to everyone to stay tuned, support boxing, and of course yourself, all women's boxing. So Destiny, a message that you would like to to add it to this interview before we conclude with this one.
I just want to say thank you to you for reaching out to me and
My
giving me
pleasure.
this time to talk with you. I appreciate you 100%.
No, my pleasure. I mean, like I said, to me, it's an honor to support every female athlete. I mean, I like to say, one thing that I remember from Amanda Serrano. She allowed me to stay there and see how she trains hard for every goal that she wanted. I remember one day when I did this interview, I feel, to me it's that the way that I feel. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I saw sadness in her face when she said it to me, that she was gonna switch for MMA, because I know she did MMA, but she said that she was gonna switch for MMA, because I think boxing would not appreciate how much she's been given to the sport. But later on, this man Eddie Hearn came and everything changed. So big props to Eddie Hearn, because now he's been putting shows with female athletes. He got Alicia Baumgartner and so many other names in the UK. So big props to Eddie Hearn, and I'm pretty sure women's boxing is continue moving forward, and it will. I'm here to support all of you. So Destiny, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you. I know one day we're gonna bump into each other, and we're gonna grab a picture, because I would love to have a picture with you.
Absolutely. Awesome.
So we stay tuned. God bless you, Destiny, and we talk, soon. I don't say goodbye because
All
I'm
right.
pretty sure I will contact you in the future again.
You're right about that. I won't say goodbye. I'll say talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later too. Thank you, Destiny.